Aides to Florida's Governor DeSantis are telling donors that Trump's current lead is, quote, polling sugar high. Congressman Carlos Gimenez, a Republican from Florida, and joins us now. Congressman, you're with Trump. Do you think his lead fades?
No, I think that he will remain strong. I'm not sure it's going to be as high as it is today. Look, it's a long campaign season, and there's ups and downs on it. So, I look forward to a spirited debate amongst the Republicans, and I'm sure that I'm confident that the president will triumph in the end.
It's a fascinating debate because at the end of it, we'll find out what the Republican Party stands for. Trump versus DeSantis. It looks like it's coming down to those two. I know that's early. But that's what it looks like it's coming down to. We will find out. Where is the Republican Party when this is done, right?
Well, yeah, but look, Governor DeSantis has a lot of the same policies as President Trump. Now, the question is going to be who's going to be the stronger leader, who's the one that's going to take us into the future. The president has already, proven that in the past, that he is a strong leader, his policies are right, and he's been president of the United States. And so it'll be interesting, but I don't think it's that polarizing. I think the two candidates are kind of track along the same line, and so there's really not a big difference in policy. There may be a difference in style between the two guys.
What I keep hearing is Trump in 24, DeSantis in 28, but I'm sure you've heard that as well. Okay. Did you?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
I'm sure you have. Did you also hear that the president of Mexico is urging Hispanics not to vote for Governor DeSantis or any other Republican? Sir, I suspect that you are an Hispanic. What do you say to that?
Well, look, he already threatened us, the Republican members of Congress, if we ever voted for a border bills, et cetera, that he threatened to campaign against us. And so, when he did that, I said, look, my name is Carlos Gimenez, Gimenez with a G. Bring it on. And so if he didn't understand that, I'll tell it to him in Spanish. Me llamo Carlos Gimenez, Gimenez con G. And so bring it on, okay? Anytime, any day, twice on Sunday, I love it. Here's a president who can't control his northern border. He's poisoning thousands and thousands of Americans. And so I don't think that I fear him one bit. And so bring it on.
That was quite a good response, sir. That really was a very good one.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome, sir. The New York Times reports that the White House and Republicans are closing in on a deal to raise the debt limit and cut spending. In your opinion, are we close to a deal? I see that the president is heading off to Camp David this weekend. Does that imply that a deal is close and we'll do it today and then he goes to Camp David?
No, I don't think it does. I think he's going to go to Camp David anyway. I think it's his aides are actually doing the negotiating, and so when his aides and our speaker get together and agree to a deal, they'll probably call him and say we've agreed to a deal, and maybe he'll pick up the phone. I don't know. Maybe it's during his nap time, but and then give the okay, I think, and then we will move on. Look, we're going to have a deal. I'm sure that I'm very confident that our speaker is going to come back to us with a deal that we can pass that will avert the catastrophe of not raising the debt ceiling. But we have to have spending cuts, and the vast majority of the American people are with us because what we've asked for is not extreme. It's something which when you look at it and say, hey, this all makes sense, the cuts that we want to make, because we can't continue on this path, Stuart. We just can't continue to keep on borrowing money to pay for the money that we borrowed in the past. That is a death spiral, and we cannot continue on this path. We have to reduce our budget. We have to get America back on a sound financial footing, and I think that the speaker is taking us in that direction, showing leadership. We did our job in Congress. Now it's up to the president and the Senate to do theirs.
Congressman, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Have a great weekend. Thanks a lot, sir.
My pleasure. All right, you too.